As it relates to safety and security, obviously it's been a tumultuous week. I can report to you that to the best of my knowledge, we either have made, or not we, the law enforcement has either made or is making, as of this evening, a total of 6 arrests at various schools, with one more, I believe, that will follow tomorrow. And that will actually bring closure to, I believe, every incident that we have dealt with. I will say, first, I'm embarrassed that our community is dealing with this, but I'm also hopeful, because the reality of it is our law enforcement officers, our EMA, our first responders did a marvelous job in supporting our schools. By far, overwhelming majority of our students are absolutely fantastic students that do the right thing every day, and I'm so proud of them. And the reason, honestly, that we were able to take some of these swift actions is because students helped us in the process. So I'm very, very proud of our students, and I will tell you that to everything that I've been given, there is no gang activity or terrorism activity associated with any of these incidents. We don't have any evidence that substantiates any of that. There's some students making some really bad decisions in order to try to get out of school, and it escalated, and once one school was out, another group of students wanted to be out, and students unfortunately lost judgment. There was no shooting threat at Centennial High School today. That unfortunately was a rumor that actually began as a result of a comment that a student made in another school, and it spread through the social media world very quickly. And the truth of it is that student is under arrest as well. And so we have learned a lot from the incident, and that is, communication is a miracle, and you can never communicate enough and to everybody's satisfaction. We communicated with telephone calls, with Mrs. Birdsong made multiple calls, we tweeted, we Facebooked, we invited the media. We used every channel that we knew that was available to us, but that doesn't mean that we got it right, because there's always room for improvement as it relates to communication. As it relates to our specific safety plans, we have comprehensive safety plans that have been reviewed by one of the best experts in the United States on school safety. He was here shortly after the Sandy Hook incident. We hosted the statewide safety conference, and he went through every one of our schools and worked with our principals to develop safety plans. And quite honestly, those documents are protected by Homeland Security, and we don't share those with the public for obvious reasons. If we tell the public how to do everything and where we're going to stage people, then that puts our students and our faculty and staff more at risk. I will tell you, as a retired Marine that happened to have worked with explosives, I am incredibly confident that these incidents were handled well by all of our staff members and by our teachers and our administrators, by our students and the parents. I share the same angst that our parents share. I have children in the school district, and believe it or not, I still feel like the 36,000 students that we serve are in some way mine, and to certainly feel the responsibility for them, and I in no way would ever place them in harm's way. In every incident, I think the principals handled the situation based on the information that we had and in an appropriate way. I hope that our parents and our students are listening tonight, because the truth of it is our schools are safe, but they're only as safe as they are if we work together. It's absolutely critical that parents have conversations with their children at home about the consequences of these kinds of activities. There is no such thing as a prank anymore. When I was in school, you could have pranks. These aren't pranks anymore. These are felonies that people are committing, and I'm not sure that the students that are doing these things completely comprehend that. And we can't teach that at school alone. We need parents to provide appropriate supervision in social media and at home with students and their devices. At the end of the day, all of our schools have gone through a little bit of a hiccup this week, and I'm not sure we're through the woods yet. We might have another incident or two, but I feel like we've made good progress. I believe that our schools are safe. If I didn't think that schools were safe, I would close them down without question. But I do feel our schools are safe, and I think our staff did a commendable job. I am very hesitant to share any of the contents with our safety plans with anybody that doesn't absolutely have to know, because the more people that know the plan, the more risk that you are creating. And I've learned that through my career in this line of work, but also in my military career. With that being said, I'd be glad to answer any questions that board members have about the safety and security of our schools. I honestly and candidly sit here tonight to tell you that I believe that our schools are just as safe today as they were 3 weeks ago or last week or will be tomorrow. We're vigilant. We have increased security this week. I was in buildings today. We had law enforcement officers in building, plain clothes officers, uniform officers. Kids are having to sign to go to the bathroom, at the bathroom, and when they leave the teacher's classroom. We may have gone to the extreme, but we want to make sure that we're getting over this hurdle. That completes my report unless you have questions.